Third Monday of each month, I check in with Talent Director Gail Cruikshank from the Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation. Morning, good morning, Gail. Are you there?
I am here.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good. You've got an interesting view. You must be located in the Twin Cities, or where are you at?
No, I'm actually at home today.
You are? Okay. So this is one of those. Okay, I get it. I've got a few of those too.
Great features of virtual. Yes.
Right, exactly. You can look like you're someplace that you're not. I like that. All right, Gail, so we're talking today about the labor force availability, kind of a continuation of what we discussed a couple of months ago. Are we still in a worker shortage? It appears that we are, right?
We definitely still are. But what's exciting to hear is, as I've talked to our employers the last few weeks, they're starting to feel that uptick of more applicants coming through, more job acceptance coming through. So we're hoping that as that extra benefits are coming to an end here within the next few weeks, that job seekers are motivated now a little bit more to seriously look for rejoining the workforce and finding that next job.
Okay. So that's good news, certainly, that we're seeing an uptick. Any idea why? Do employers saying anything why they think that is?
Well, just to go back to, as you mentioned, back in June, Patty and I joined you to talk about our survey that we had done in May with our employers, just to really get a feel for what they were feeling were the compelling reasons why job seekers were not applying. Why was applicant flow just so much slower? And we commissioned that survey, which we had over 215 unique employers in the region complete. And it was loud and clear that they felt their number one concern was, again, that extra unemployment benefit, as well as the stimulus checks that many folks were receiving during the pandemic. And so there also were other reasons, but those were the strongest. And so we were trying to, figure out how else can we help? How can we support both our employers that are wanting to grow and are not finding enough workers, and then also getting our job seekers, back to work, because they certainly want to work as well. And so through the survey we completed and talking to a number of folks, GSDC is, highlighting a number of different opportunities of how both employers and job seekers can do that matchmaking and fill those jobs and get back to work.
So that it does sound like there's a positive here in seeing that. One of the things that I thought was concerning that I wanted to bring up to you today with you, since we were talking about our labor force availability, is that we've got more businesses wanting to open here in St. Cloud. You've got a Raising Cane's fast food restaurant. You've got Amazon is going to be looking for workers. There's lots of other places that almost every place you go has got a sign up saying that they're hiring. So where are those people going to come from to fill all of these vacancies?
Well, it's a multifaceted approach. Yes, we do have lots of company growth. We've got new businesses coming to the area. We've got companies that want to expand. There are some pockets of workforce that are not strongly represented right now. And so hopefully more of those folks will return. We've got a lot of people very attracted to our region through our St. Cloud Shines campaign. We have been able to really highlight our St. Cloud region as a place that everybody should want to love, work, and engage. And so I think we're hoping to do some attraction as well as appeal to those folks that are sitting maybe on the sidelines and want to and need to return to work. We also have, some of those pockets of talent, which I call, say, our younger workforce. We have a very low youth employment rate right now, and I think there's opportunities to try and engage those folks more, so they are able to, again, get that career exposure that they need to determine what their career interests are. And also our older workforce. There's been a decline in the number of older workforce, rejoining post-pandemic. And so I think there's opportunity there if our employers can be flexible in their hiring, part-time opportunities, again, offer some of the benefits that some of our folks are looking for. I think we can, again, increase those number of applicants that are seeking employment.
So you brought up young people. What is that category? Are we talking about 16 to 25 or flat?
Yeah, primarily it's that high school, college age student,
Okay.
or job seeker. A lot of them have either stayed out of the workforce due to maybe studies, or a lot of employers haven't really looked at that age group. Again, there's training involved, there's flexible scheduling involved, but again, that's our future workforce. And the more opportunity we give them, it's only going to help those employers down the road when those folks have that job experience to be able to excel in the career path that they choose.
Have you heard from employers lately in regards to the payment per hour and how that's affecting what they're trying to do?
Well, certainly a number of employers have really taken a look at their hiring rates. And I would encourage every employer, if you haven't done that as of late, to please take a look at that. You can get that. GSDC can help direct you to find that information, or you can work with our local labor market analyst through Deed, because again, some rates have changed. And again, you need to make sure as an employer to be that employer of choice, which we talked about last month. You need to make sure your rates are competitive. You don't always have to be the highest, but you need to be competitive. And then that rate, also in conjunction with the benefits that you provide, are really going to be the driving force for those, job seekers taking your job versus somebody that's in your industry that you maybe be a competitor of within your industry.
Gail, if you're someone that normally pays people the minimum wage, are you going to have a hard time getting employees?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Even during this survey, the most difficult range was that $15 to $20 an hour range that employers were really seeing low acceptance rates from. So again, every industry is different, and you need to be just reflective and competitive within your industry. Again, you don't have to be the highest in the whole town of St. Cloud, but you need to be competitive within your industry. And so just making sure you're aware of what that is within your industry range. And then again, talking and thinking about that full benefit package. Again, why are job seekers going to say, I want to work at your company because of this, this, this? There's benefits that have become very high on the list, let's say, as of late. And, some of those are things like flexibility in scheduling. If they've got commitments, can they have some flexibility there? We've enjoyed our remote work during the pandemic. Is there an opportunity within that position to have some sort of hybrid scheduling? Are you looking at some childcare resources? Childcare is a really big concern right now in our community. And so we're working hard on trying to create some solutions for that. And does your company offer some sort of service and support in any way to help those employees that have those little ones at home and are dealing with the childcare challenges that they might have? So I always encourage our employers, make sure that you are listening to your current employees as to what are the benefits that are most important to you. And if you have that opportunity to add in some other benefits, that's also, again, another opportunity to keep your employees happy and attract the ones that you'd like as well.
Gail, with expanded unemployment benefits ending in a few weeks, what do employers need to know about that? What type of preparation should they make?
The biggest thing that I recommend is, as an employer, are you ready to have hopefully an uptick in applicant flow? Do you have a hiring process that is efficient? Again, you can't take a long time in making decisions. If you have a slow process or have multiple interviews set up, make sure it's timely, because if you don't, they're going to go and accept a job someplace else. So what is your applicant tracking system like? Do you have quick follow-up with your applicants? Just keeping them up to speed on how the process is going will keep that job seeker engaged with you. And then once you do offer them a job, what's your onboarding process like? So take a look at that and make sure it's quick and efficient, because these job seekers have lots of options. I mean, I looked this morning, there's over 6,600 jobs on JobSpot. Again, highlighting jobs in our region, which are all within our 3-county region. So all job seekers can take without ever having to relocate or anything like that. So, and then also we talked about, are you that employer of choice last month? You know, if you want to reference that podcast, all of the podcasts that I do with you, Jay, are on our Greater St. Cloud Development website, which is just greaterstcloud.com. Probably can find them on WJON as well. So lots of tips about how can you be that employer of choice. GSDC also hosts a whole list of information for our employers as to help with recruitment and retention. And again, that's all on our GSDC website at greaterstcloud.com. And then we've talked about benefits. I think, and the other thing I wanted to mention is your current employees. What are you doing for them? They've stuck with you through the pandemic. You know, they've continued to support you as an employer. You know, make sure that you're recognizing them in some way, shape, or form. Some companies are doing stay bonuses, but even if financial isn't an option, are you personally recognizing them and thanking them and showing your support for them? Just because you want to keep the ones you have as well as add into the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very important note to make for employers. Keep those good employees you have by taking care of them. So they don't leave to go someplace else, because it is certainly a job seeker market still.
It definitely is. And, you know, for our job seekers, you know, it's time, you know, if you are currently looking or are thinking about getting back to work soon, get a head start. You want to be ahead of the rush as well. So you as a job seeker, start checking out companies. And even if you're thinking you want to change a career, there is so many training opportunities, so much training support. Our local career force offices, which are located on the north end side of the Technical and Community College, they have so many resources for our job seekers. So be it, you know, they have a career planners, they do a interview clubs, you know, so you can prep for interviews. They do, they will help connect you with jobs. So they provide so many resources, and I really encourage any of our job seekers looking for support to certainly utilize the career force offices. And Career Solutions is also located within there. So together, those two provide a lot of support for our job seekers. As well as, you know, as a job seeker, make sure you're telling your friends, your colleagues, you know, anybody what you're looking for. And again, doing that networking, that active networking will, you never know who's going to know that there's a job that's going to be perfect for you. So the more people that know you're looking and what you're looking for, we can help support you in that search.
Gail, we're out of time. If people do want to find out more about the jobs that you were talking about, what's the website to go to?
The website to go to find out all about things happening in St. Cloud. In addition, our JobSpot portal is just stcloudshines.com. So check it out, as well as employers. If you're looking for resources to help you, go to our Greater St. Cloud website at greaterstcloud.com.
Excellent. Gail, thank you. We'll talk to you again next month.
All right. Thanks, Jay. Have a great day.
You too. That's Gail Cruikshank, Talent Director, Greater St. Cloud Development Corporation, stcloudshines.com. Good place to start.